afternoon to one and all. We have assembled today to commemorate the 105th birth anniversary of my father, Barrister R. Dayanand Sagar. I normally use this occasion as a town hall address. How an ordinary man, fueled with burning ambition and a very hungry approach, who believed in transformation, was able not only to create a value for himself, but also a value for society and for the nation. His vision grew into what we profoundly call Dayanand Sagar Institutions and Dayanand Sagar University. A vibrant ecosystem of learning, shaping futures across engineering, medicine, health sciences, business, and research, has now been formed from what was a simple dream that he as a young man visualized. He was extremely talented, my father. A Bachelor of Arts, a Bachelor of Commerce, a Fellow of the Royal College of Economics, a barrister at law from the prestigious Gray's Inn. It's the inner temple, right? You can go on to be a barrister. Ably supported by my mother, a triple FRCS, by no means an ordinary achievement, even in the land of the British. Probably the first woman in India to have achieved that coveted excellence. Well, the patriot that my father was, he wanted to come back and serve this country. He could have gone on to be the Queen's Counsel, made more money in life. Barristers make a lot of money. He was accomplished. He was very articulate, very innovative, very creative. My mother, again a triple FRCS, had the world's door open to her to succeed in greater research or whatever, or even commercial practice. But they came back with courage, perseverance, and purpose. He created a platform that has empowered generations of learners to dream and to achieve. I would like to recall the words of one of the human rights activists called Malcolm X. I quote, "The future belongs to those who prepare for it today," unquote. I think at DSI, more so at DSU, we have created what is called as the AI First initiative. Now, the AI First is something that is going to be driven both in letter as well as in purpose. I travel a lot. I get to meet a lot of futurists. I go to school. The last time I was in the United States, in the Valley, I went into school for over 8 days. I went into UCLA Berkeley. I went to Stanford. I came across a number of people in the ecosystem of the Valley. And I could probably deeply understand the world is not going to be like what it is yesterday, leave alone what is it going to be today. Grok 4 is real time. There's a small time lag, maybe of a couple of days. So as we move from the three facets of ANI, AGI, ANI is gone now, right? Most of the ANI is on the last days. So you're entering into AGI. The global leaders, we talk about the big four consulting firms, whether it's PwC or Ernst & Young or KPMG. Now, PwC says that AI will add 15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030. Jobs will change, skills will change, and what worked yesterday is not going to work tomorrow. I would like to recall John F. Kennedy, and he warned the world. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future." Unquote. The average Indian today is recognized in the world. We are a force. And this nation is going to grow. Everybody now strongly believes this is the only nation that will fire not on 4 cylinders, but will take in an additional 2 cylinders and it will fire. Now, if a nation grows, it just can't grow by itself. It has to take its institutions. So here is this opportunity that we have to go. An opportunity that we will have to lead ahead. The first thing that we need to go across, especially for the leaders of the institution, I refer that to all the leaders from the Vice Chancellor to the deans to the chairpersons of the departments, curriculum revolution. So there is a roadmap for transformation, and I think that was articulated by Mr. Rohan. What is it that we need to do? Now, I'll go in depth over here because I don't get an opportunity to probably get an audience so large where I can reflect what is it that we need to go ahead. The first thing that we need to go across, especially for the leaders of the institution, I refer that to all the leaders from the Vice Chancellor to the deans to the chairpersons of the departments, curriculum revolution. From rote to relevance. We will have to redefine our curriculum to align with Industry 4.0 and probably beyond. But first we'll have to go to 4.0, then go to 5.0. So which means we'll have to go back to the drawing board, create roundtables with industry, engage with them, figure out how important AI will play a role, what is data science, cybersecurity, look across sustainability as our core subjects. What is happening at DSI/DSU? A lot is happening in DSU. The AI First initiative has been triggered. So as we are powering our physical infrastructure, high-performance computing is going to be in place. So which means it's going to take care of both prediction and data sciences. On the cyber security, I mean, just 2 days back, we had a deep discussion with IBM. We're talking to 2 people. We're going to set up the cyber range. Now, cyber range is very unique. So it's a huge investment that's going to go in, but we are determined to set it. So either we will go with IBM or we'll go with Cyberbit. But we will set up one of the most innovative cyber ranges in the country. Thanks to the effort of our advisor, Mr. Jairaj, we have initiated not only net zero, but also zero waste, in line with the vision of my beloved Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. So, what does it mean? We are completely going to go green. It's totally green energy. I think our evangelist has helped us out in putting the path of complete self-sustenance of energy requirements at DSU. At the end of the year or probably early next year, we will see us to begin this path of going towards net zero. The moment we clear the construction site, we will not only go, we will go beyond net zero. Net zero is, of course, a vision maybe for 5 years or maybe 7 years. We have set a 2030 target. I know it's very lofty, very ambitious, but we will achieve it, give or take 1-2 years ahead. So the net zero is also going to go into what is called as a zero waste campus. That was the vision the founding father of this nation, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, wanted, and which is now pursued by my Prime Minister. Now imagine the power of the office of the Prime Minister. My Prime Minister holds the broom to clean. So what does this mean? If the Prime Minister of our nation holds the broom to clean, is it not our duty to follow and emulate him and keep our premise neat? Whether it's our offices or enabling our students to keep something, to pledge towards the zero waste. And I think that is something that we will go forward. So design thinking is going to be there. We will get into problem solving, and creativity will be built into every program because we have launched the AI First initiative. Now on this, we have also initiated what is called as the smartness of the system or the campus. Nelson Mandela said, I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world," unquote. So which means we will have to dwell, if we have to change the world, we need to talk about research and the innovation ecosystem that we need to create. Well, the founding father of this institution wanted to create good education, no doubt. But I said, while we have a legacy of being a good institution, will that legacy hold good? That legacy is not going to hold good, right? If we do not innovate, if we are not creative, and if we cannot add value, the legacy does not create value. And this is how some of the great universities of the world have been built. Great educational edifices of the world have been built. Harvard started, we look at gold standards, Harvard, MIT, Stanford. Look back in time. What was there? John Howard just gave in a collection of his books. He was a very young man when he passed away. In his early 30s, clergyman, gave a small volume of books. Same was the case when Leland Stanford went across to start an institution. The orchards that he had went on to create an institution. The case of Rogers Barton, who founded MIT Polytechnic. Caltech, again a polytechnic, which powers NASA. The whole of NASA is powered today by Caltech. MIT powers virtually every innovation in the system. The Stanford ecosystem is a phenomenal ecosystem that brings in a lot of creativity and funnels it through entrepreneurial activity and startup systems. So the research and the innovation ecosystem becomes the fulcrum of all of us. Part of the AI First initiative, the AI skilling of our people needs to happen. And I have said on blanket thing, anything that will create value for our faculty, for our students, is an immediate approval. There is no red tape here. There is no bureaucracy. You send me a proposal, I give you an instant clearance in seconds. I don't even wait because I'm always connected. So the research and ecosystem should become an important part of us. So where are we? We are talking of centers of excellence. Some of them have been built, are in the process of being built. We're talking, I mentioned about the high performance computing. We're talking about robotics, as we are going to power some of our physical infrastructure, which I believe should get over. So we've done a lot of work, and I think Pradeep has been helping us in this journey. He's an industry expert who's been also as professor of practice, has worked with many multinationals. So we are putting across this whole aspect of AI, robotics, and humanoids. My desire is how can we release? I always say, when I look across my chat with Grok today was, how can you help me to release the lady in the paddy fields who is harboring under the harsh sun? Smart classrooms have already been initiated. So silently we are powering our ecosystem. So that goes across from faculty mapping, faculty empowerment, student abilities. We will be able to map the student's journey. Because we have decided we are going to grow this journey from good to great. Now, faculty are our torch bearers. You, our faculty, are the heart of this entire transformation. So what will we do? We will drag you. We will push you through, enable continuous upskilling in AI tools and pedagogy. It's not only for faculty. It's also for all the team that they will be driven down, because the good part of AI, it can speak in vernacular. Now that we will facilitate global teaching and research programs. I think I must compliment Ms. Supriya Matthew. She's doing a phenomenal job of bringing in, professors of practice or professors in residence from many parts of the world. We need to go beyond classrooms. We have to start measuring student success. So the machine goes beyond degrees. Fundamental teaching happens, examination is done, students pass. So we got to go beyond our traditional format. Career acceleration is absolutely needed. Internships, domestic and global, will give up greater opportunities for our young people. The entrepreneurship programs through our incubators have to be used well. We have 2 incubation systems, Derby and AIC. Steve Jobs famously said, innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. So we know that India is on the cusp of becoming a knowledge superpower. Nobody denies that. Everybody in the world recognizes the power of India and the power of Indians. Today, every company, major company in the world, is headed by an Indian CEO. Microsoft, Google, Apple today has now a COO of Indian origin. He's an Indian. Every major clinician in the United States is of Indian origin. So which means, we will have to power and help this global ambition. It is time for us to regain the glory that we once had. So as we are on the cusp of becoming a knowledge superpower, what is the role of Dayanand Sagar? Dayanand Sagar over here must lead this movement. We must go across to build international collaborations and campuses. Having said that, I finally would like to thank you for being the strength and the soul of Dayanand Sagar Institutions. The journey ahead is exciting. And I promise you this, the best is yet to come. So happy Founders Day. Jai Hind. Thank you very much.